To push them into the coast along here. Go. Push them into the sea. And if we can get them cut off here, then that would be great, but I'm not necessarily looking to do that. Okay, mass strikes. Let's improve our naval capacity even more. How much better is mechanized over motorized, or motorized? Okay, so motorized infantry are basically just faster infantry. They are very fast. The only mechanized, well, the only vehicle that can keep up with motorized are light tanks. So if you're only using light tanks, then yeah, mixing in motorized with light tanks is good. If you just need troops to respond to threats quickly, like in the Soviet Union if you have a reserve, then you want motorized. Mechanized are slower than motorized, but still faster than regular infantry. So mechanized and medium tanks, and possibly even heavy tanks, works really well. So mechanized plus medium tanks is like the combination I usually try to go for. And then the exact number that you want depends on how much breakthrough you want and how much defense you want. If you're using mechanized defensively, then obviously you want more mechanized in those divisions. And if you're using them to create a breakthrough, then you want more medium tanks in that division. But you still almost certainly want to have some mechanized because it increases the organization of that unit so they can stay fighting for longer. And if they do take territory, then they can hold it better if there are mechanized present. Right, so we are still short on support equipment and we're still short on a little bit of artillery, so I would say let's support equipment. Let's do that. And you can now be assigned to those guys, having completed your job. Well done. And we got another one. Let's do this. Wow, we're just stealing factories from somebody. Let's get some more artillery, because we are going to want to have a lot of artillery in this force. Mexico has declared war on Guatemala, because that's a good idea. That's actually slightly annoying, because Guatemala might try and take some of their territory now. Mechanized 3 are the same speed as motorized. Yes, the latter mechanized you can mix in with light tanks. But mechanized 3 are, what, 1944? They're quite late. But it should be noted that they do get faster and faster. Non-aggression with Guatemala. Nope. Well, that actually depends, Guatemala. Very important distinction here. Do you have oil? You have chromium. You have actually a fair amount of chromium. We're such a small country, and we of course need to come in to advise you on the proper use for such chromium reserves. Mexico is underestimating us. Yeah, I would say so, considering we've taken Mexico City. Like, oh no, they've taken our capital. Quick, declare war on somebody else. Make this look less like a disaster. Oh no, up to 20 representatives join the opposition. There are 8 rebels. 8! How dare they? How are we doing with fascism? We're up to 30%. Iran has capitulated. The Iranian government has gone into exile and the main forces have capitulated to the British Raj. But Iran fights on because they are on Italy's side. So how is that war looking? 50-50, so it's Italy, Romania and Bulgaria versus the UK, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa, the Raj, Malaysia, France. New Zealand is still in the Commonwealth, so I suspect that's not going to be for much longer. Likewise with the Raj. Well, they started going down the fascist chain. Doesn't look like they got particularly far with it. Lions of the Great War. And they haven't... India hasn't gone after the Soviets yet either. The one thing I'm a little bit concerned about is if the Soviets decide to... Or if Mexico decides to join the Comintern. That would be a slight problem. The northern steel plants. Yes, please do finish that. Also, you have done a lot of the industrial upgrades. Steel fields. So I kind of want to let them do this before we capitulate them. So I'm going to say halt. Dig in. Reinforce. Get some more attack preparation done. I mean, their divisions are getting rather weak. And you guys are pretty much done. So I'm going to say go ahead and deploy in Virginia. We have a new national focus, which is going to be... I did battle tanks already. I think it's time now to go with Ally with the Silver shirts. To restore our nation to its proper place in the world and claim our manifest destiny, a more fundamental reorganization is necessary. The Silver shirts will help us achieve this. Because, hey, if Mexico can declare war on Guatemala, I can declare war on myself. If you ever get short on manpower, make Puerto Rico a state. Do they have much? I know there's a way of... Oh, wow! 1.6 million? Really? Okay, there are apparently a lot of Puerto Ricans. Okay, there's a lot more people living in the Caribbean than I realized. And this is 1940s. It's going to be even more now. Hungary renounces the Treaty of Trianon. In a public declaration, Miklos Horthy renounced the treaty imposed by the Allied powers after the Great War, signed by the Hungarians under protest. In 1920, it greatly reduced the country's size and limited the strength of its military. Horthy is Romania. So Romania is trying to get a bit stronger. Which does make sense. No, wait, Horthy, that's not Romania, it's Hungary. Duh. And Austria-Hungary are not involved in this war, I don't think. Italy are actually pushing France. Somehow. France has no manpower, that's how. And a large portion of the French military was probably fighting in Iran. Huh. Right, so how's your focus going? Still going. Hey, feedback. Did I leave and come back? Yeah, I went off for dinner and then came back. I usually do that. I go for an hour and then I come back again. I saw you were live, so I thought I'd raid you in the meantime. How'd your Mexico game go? I'm sorry for what I'm doing to Mexico, by the way. You can't declare war on me. Only I can declare war on me. America. The Netherlands joined the Italians. Oh, now that's interesting. And the UK declares war on the Netherlands. I guess it kind of depends on what Belgium does now. Because Germany has gone Kaiserreich. Germany is the German Empire, so they're not going to get involved in this, probably. Italy is making a big hit for France. This could have been amazing for the Netherlands if they can get through Belgium. There's going to be the Dutch Navy versus the Royal Navy. Yeah, I suspect the Dutch may regret that. Although, it's going to be difficult to naval invade them. Plus, of course, the Netherlands has all of this. So the Netherlands is going to be able to take Borneo. They're going to be able to take Malaysia. So the Netherlands are going to become the real rubber barons. Oh, and thanks for the host. Wanted to practice for YouTube. Is that a new series you're doing for YouTube then? Yeah, Italy really is thrashing the French. I'm somewhat surprised they're having it that easy. But okay. We have a technology. This was recon, so I think I'm going to... Sorry. Hospitals. I think I'm going to go for recon now. Right, have you finished building my steel mills? Not yet. I can't believe I'm holding off wiping Mexico out because I want them to get some more steel. But once I wipe them out, they can't do it anymore because it's a focus. So this is like free resources for us. France never protects the Alps. France doesn't have to protect anything else. This is literally the only theatre right now. Thingy line doesn't matter. Defending against Belgium apparently doesn't matter. Though kind of... Belgium doesn't have a focus tree. There is nothing they can really do. Although the thing that would be hilarious is if the Netherlands declared war on Belgium, which they can do. See where that is. They haven't done very much of the Valkenvaderland yet. So they should go down Netherlands first and then United Netherlands. That gives them a war goal against Belgium and Luxembourg. At which point we might see the Greater Netherlands. Hey Mordred, just an idea. Your plan for Poland exile should be to take Poland but its current borders. That series has already finished though, Sverish. The Dutch. Belgium's not a country, it's a culturally confused province of the Netherlands. I mean... Can they even join Germany if it's not fascist? No, I suspect they can't. Nope. German current ruling party has to be fascist for that to work. Alright, how's my supply of big guns? Not great, actually. We could really do with more artillery. So I might dial back on the number of small arms I'm producing and produce more artillery. Right, there's the Thompson. The Netherlands continues the Zuiderzee works. A large-scale land reclamation project has been undertaken in the Netherlands, continuing a series of such projects known collectively as the Zuiderzee works. After the closing off the IJsselmeer with the Afsluitdijk, the reclamation of the Wieringermeer and the Noordoostpolder, the project now focuses on the reclamation of the Flevopolder, the largest area yet to be reclaimed from the sea. I was doing so well, and then one word threw me, and I have a feeling it's the same one that threw me last time. So the Dutch are building up the Netherlands rather than the colonial stuff. Which kind of makes sense if they're not going to be threatened by Germany. Afsluitdijk. It literally means the shut-off dikes. It's the bit that locks the sea out. The senator speaks out against government policy. A senator has given an interview in a major newspaper saying that he can no longer support the foolish and dangerous policies of President Alf Landon. So yes, Ferric, I stream most of the series and then I start uploading them onto YouTube. So the Dutch series is already done like 2 weeks ago. The Polish series is finished. I've still got a UK series to upload there, and then there will be the American one too. The best time to give input and feedback about what I'm doing in the series is, unfortunately, to watch it live. Because the money that I make on YouTube is a pittance compared to Twitch these days. So my focus has to be where that is. I would like to have engineer companies, I think. Although, hold on, we can now get the Detroit Arsenal, which means I could actually research medium tanks now, because we can use the Detroit company. So just out of interest, it's too late now, but with the destroyer, does that include heavy tanks? Yes. So I could have got better heavy tank destroyers with that design company, which I think might have been the historical one. That would have been the Wolverine, right? Enigma. Some Total War Warhammer 2 on schedule tonight. You can see the schedule in the description. And on Discord. The Imperial Kwantung territories joined the Pact of Rome. China joined the Soviet Union declared war on... What? Okay, this is not scary. So we have the Soviet Union plus China. It's very likely that India is going to go socialist. In fact, that's all they can do when they get independence. Because Germany is not fascist. So we're going to see Soviet Union, China, and India all on the same side. That's going to be slightly scary. Just ever so slightly scary. Alright, so you're doing the engineering school, which doesn't help me at all. So I think you have pretty much finished all of the industrial tech. So you've built Mexico up as much as... Oh, no, you haven't. Could have got some more dockyards, but I'm not going to wait for that. Alright then, Mr. Bradley, you have your orders. Carry them out. Zabai Sanmar joined Comintern. Damn it! I knew that was coming. Which means I can't just annex them anymore. I have to occupy all of this territory. Oh! That means I'm more with the Soviet Union now. And China. No, they haven't actually joined. Unfortunately, because Zibai is on... No, they're not with me. Zibai Sanmar aren't a great power. Mexico is. So long as you and China don't join, then we're okay. But as soon as a great power joins, then we're in trouble. And all for 8 points of steel. Austria wants non-aggression. No. And we do need to upgrade you to the Thompson. You know what else we need to do? We need to upgrade our sodding artillery. Once we get our concentrated industry. Or actually, better yet, recon. 20 days. Don't call in the Soviets. Don't call in the Soviets. You are so nearly dead. That's not the Soviets, that's Mongolia and Tanituva. The Imperial Kwantung territories have capitulated. That didn't take very long. China grows ever larger. God damn it, Mongolia! We're like one territory away. One. Alright. Naval. So this is very much going to be a Pacific war. So I'm going to say to my submarines that the orders you have right now are no longer in effect. Your job is instead going to be to close China off. In fact, let's not do it so close. That's a little too aggressive. Let's go here, 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 here. Something like that. Off you go. Although China's going to be getting all their resources from the Soviet Union at this point. There comes China. Mexico declared war on Honduras. Wait. That means the Soviets just declared war on the Italians. No, they haven't. Where's Honduras? There. Oh, Imperial Kwantung were in the Pact of Rome. But the Pact of Rome... Oh, that's Austria-Hungary. That's not Italy. So the Pact of Rome is not Italian. Must remember that one. Establishing Hoak makes way more sense now. Yeah, it really does. Blood for the blood god. Oil for the oil throne. Another wave of mass protests has hit the capital, with demonstrations clogging every major road in and around the Capitol building. Organised by the Action Committee for the Preservation of the Republic, the protesters demanded an independent investigation into allegations of corruption and misconduct in the administration of President Alf Landon. In particular, they demanded the President denounce the Silver Legion and publicly assure them that their rights as voters will be respected. President Alf Landon has refused to comment on this issue. My stability is just getting tanked. Well, I think we do need to empower the Hoak at this point. Goddamn commies! The House Committee on Un-American Activities serves as an important function in our healthy democracy. We must not permit illoyal elements from trying to influence the political process. Unless, of course, they're fascist. There it is. Alf Landon has announced that the cowardly Mexican nation could no longer withstand the pressure from the overwhelming presence of American forces throughout the country. The Mexican government chose to flee the country and has gone into exile. Alright, so what I'm going to need to do is upgrade my cavalry divisions and build a couple. Get 10, maybe? Though that's going to require a lot more guns, but the guns will be forthcoming. In the meantime, well done. So we have one cavalry unit, which we're going to do in a new theatre. No, we'll add you to this one. Listen up. Right, and you're going to need to be somebody defensive. Who's the best defensive-minded character we have? Simpson. Who is an infantry officer? Yeah, I think that Simpson's going to be the one that I promote here. Make you into a field marshal, then you're going to be in charge of holding the islands. The Pacific Force in particular is going to be responsible for holding all of these bloody islands. That one. Those. That one. That one. Back all three of them. Good. That one. These. And that one. The one right up by Russia. That one. Actually, don't care about that one. I don't even care that much about... Well, there's a lot of naval bases there. You're saying that this requires 9 divisions. Well, we currently have 9 divisions. So the Pacific garrison is going to be led by... Hubner. Oh, hang on. Hawaii has its own garrison. That actually makes a lot more sense. Deselect you. Where are my other garrisons? So Panama has one. Hawaii has one. Alaska has one. Puerto Rico does. Puerto Rico should really be in their own force. I'm going to leave you in this section, but I'm not going to give you a commander because I suspect you're not going to come under threat. Who's this? So that's the cavalry. Right, you're going to be the Mexican Defense Force. Responsible for keeping Mexico under heel. And Honduras. You need 26 divisions for this. 27. Then yeah, you're going to need a commander as well. Again, somebody who is good with supplies. Frendel will work. Alaska is most at risk from Soviet attack. Griswold? Griswold doesn't have very good defense. It does have supply though. Now Hawaii needs to have a good defender. Jarrow? McNair? Let's give you McNair. And Panama. Panama could actually theoretically be part of the Mexican command. Nah. Let's give you one more. Using up so many generals on this. Wainwright. And I think I might even give Panama another unit, because Panama is going to be really quite useful. You have the least experience, you can join Panama force. Have I been recruiting more armies? Yeah, oh that's a point. We do have another 10 units. Well, no. Begin training! And we do want even more, but we don't have the guns for it right now. We will, though. We will. This still counts as an offensive war. Are you kidding me? Because this is entirely defensive now. I am so bitter that they called in the Soviets. No, that's a silly idea.